All right, initiate monologue sequence. Topic, the perils of suburban wildlife. Commence verbal articulation, suburban wildlife. It's a constant battle. You think you've got it made. Nice house, two-car garage, maybe a little swing set out back. Then they show up. The squirrels, little furry terrorists. They treat my bird feeder like an all-you-can-eat buffet. And the birds, they just sit there like they're paying rent. I swear I saw one squirrel doing pull-ups on the sweat feeder. It was ripped, I tell you, like it was training for the Suburban Strongman Squirrel Competition, which, by the way, I'm convinced is a real thing. They're probably lifting acorns. Then there's the deer. They think my hostas are a salad bar. They come in at night, silent, majestic, destroying my landscaping. I tried putting up those little deer whistles, the ones you attach to your car. Apparently deer are tone deaf. They just looked at me, chewed on my azaleas, and then nodded like they were saying, thanks for the garnish. And don't even get me started on the rabbits. They multiply faster than my collection of unused grilling spatulas. I saw one the other day just sitting there eating my prize-winning petunias. It looked at me with those big innocent eyes, like it was saying, "What are you going to do about it, old man?" I considered getting a hawk, but then I realized I'd just be trading one problem for another. Then I'd be dealing with hawk droppings, which I'm told are significantly larger than rabbit droppings. And the raccoons, they're like little masked bandits. They come in at night, they raid my garbage cans. They leave a trail of destruction that looks like a tiny furry tornado hit my backyard. I tried putting a brick on the lid. They laughed. They just lifted the whole can and tipped it over. They're basically tiny furry weightlifters. Then there's the moles. They tunnel under my yard. They create these little molehills that look like tiny subterranean volcanoes. My lawn looks like a lunar landscape. I tried those sonic mole repellers. They just dug around them. I think they're using them as listening posts for the mole underground party. And the chipmunks, they store nuts in my grill. I found a whole stash of acorns in the propane tank compartment. I'm lucky I didn't blow up the entire neighborhood. They're like tiny furry hoarders. I think they're prepping for a squirrel apocalypse. I even had a skunk under my shed once. I tried to coax it out with a trail of marshmallows. Bad idea. Turns out skunks don't like marshmallows. They prefer the pungent aroma of fear. And my shed smelled like a burnt tire factory for a week. And don't forget the spiders. They weave webs across my porch lights. I walk into them every morning like I'm auditioning for a horror movie. And these aren't your average spiders. These are the size of small dogs. Okay, maybe not small dogs, but definitely large hamsters. I swear one time I saw one wearing a tiny little top hat and monocle, reading the morning newspaper. Then there's the issue of the neighbors' cats. They think my flower beds are their personal litter box. I tried putting up signs. They just ignored them. They're basically furry anarchists. They don't care about my begonias. They don't care about my feelings. And the insects, the mosquitoes, they're like tiny flying vampires. They come out at dusk. They feast on my ankles. I tried citronella candles. They just laughed. They're immune. They probably inject themselves with bug spray. And the ants, they invade my kitchen. They march in a line. They steal my crumbs. I tried those ant traps. They just use them as tiny little picnic tables. They're like organized crime, but with 6 legs. And the wasps, they build nests in my gutters. They sting me when I'm trying to clean them out. I tried swatting them. They just swarmed me. They're like tiny flying ninjas. They're trained in the art of the sting. And finally, the occasional snake, just slithering through the yard. Mind you, it's not the snake itself that's the problem. It's the sheer, unadulterated, pants-wetting terror it induces. I swear I nearly jumped over the fence. And I haven't jumped a fence since my youth, which, by the way, involved a lot of fences. So yeah, suburban wildlife. It's a constant battle. But it's all part of the charm. The charm of having your backyard turned into a nature documentary. A nature documentary where the animals are always winning. And I'm just trying to grill a burger in peace